Okay, so we got two examples here. So I'll just split the page down the middle, and we're going to go ahead and we'll just call this A, we'll call this B. And we're just going to have to solve using a logarithm because we need to make sure that we're getting to this guy right here. So how do we solve for an exponent? We use logarithms. So I'm going to put a log on each side. It's log base 10 of 2 to the x plus 1 is equal to log of 30. So now at this point, because I have put that log in front and balanced the equation by putting it on both sides, I have this x plus 1 in front. I'm going to take this guy, and when I plop it in front, because I got a binomial here, I'm going to write it in parentheses because this log of 2 technically is being multiplied by the whole thing. I'm not going to do that because I want to divide out the log first. That's going to be easy to do that. And then I'd have x plus 1 is equal to log of 30 over log of 2. And then from there, I just subtract 1 from both sides. I'm going to put this whole thing into my calculator. And I'm going to actually put in x is equal to a negative 1 plus log of 30 over log of 2. And remember, when you put in your calculator and you're dividing logs, make sure you close the parentheses around those numbers. Make sure order of operations is solid on your calculator. And when we go ahead and plug this in, we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, so it would be 3.91. You can go back and put in 3.91 into your exponent just to confirm that it's correct, and we'd get approximately 30. We're rounding, so it's not going to be perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to part B. So for part B, we're going to go ahead and manipulate it first, though. We're solving for an exponent. So before I even put in a logarithm, I want to get everything away from this, just like if I was solving like this. I want to try and get everything away from it, so I'm going to move that 67 over. So I'm going to do that first. Let me erase this to clean it up a little bit so it's not super messy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 67 from both sides. And when I subtract 67 from both sides, I'm going to get a negative 28. I'm going to divide out the negative 1. And I'm going to get 2 to the 2x is equal to 28. Now, put a log on both sides. And power property says I can drop this guy in front. We do that, it's multiplication. And divide out my logs. Now I got 2x is equal to log of 28, all divided by log of 2. And then once we deal with this, we're going to go ahead and divide whatever that number is by 2. So if I multiply both sides by 1/2, so get your log, multiply it by 1/2, and don't forget, when you put it in your calculator, make sure you put parentheses around those two guys. Okay? And so our final answer is going to be 2.404. And that's what x is equal to. We've got to use the logarithm to solve for the exponent.